Yes.
Shots first. Yes.
So Anish, what do you think about ChessBase India shorts?
Amazing, amazing. I think they're slightly overdoing the Gukesh, slightly. Like the other day, I opened the shorts page of ChessBase India, and from the top 10 reels, 11 were with Gukesh. So I think it's a bit much, but good work.
But
also, the way you turn your back on Magnus, like Magnus is gone, man, completely. There's not a single Magnus reel, you know. There's no. It's all Gukesh now.
Okay. What do you think about the new format, 20+0?
Yeah, no, I was thinking you were talking about the short still. No, the 20+0, the chess is going to be great. I think it's how it used to be before the digital clock and so on. It's kind of normal for back then. When I was a kid, like we were playing on the stupid clocks there was no increment possible. So you would put like 15 minutes or 25. So in that sense, it's normal, but actually I haven't played it for so many years, and now it feels kind of odd. And on one hand, it's rapid, but then at some point it accelerates very fast. So I'm curious to see how it's going to be. A lot of guys here who like time troubles. It's going to be fun.
So you're the first player today who mentioned that you have some experience of playing with increment. Do you remember the last serious major tournament you played without increment?
I think maybe the last one that I remember for sure. At some point, chess.com started their tour. I don't remember how it was called, but one edition, maybe the first one, was 10+0 was the time control online. But online is different because it's still in the last 10 seconds. You can pre-move your way into like 50 moves.
Yes.
And over the board, it's going 10 seconds is just 10 moves, barely more. So that's there. But I think, chess.com 10+0 is one thing I remember. Of course, you play kind of casual 3+0, chess.com. I played it a lot as well. Training games like that as well on chess.com. Over the board without increment, I think we never do. Even when we play like to fool around with friends, we put 10 seconds per game, but we do 10 seconds plus 1 second increment.
Yes,
We
yes.
always put an increment.
Yes.
We just never play without increment over the board anymore. Don't recall that. I mean, and what I remember is when I was like a kid, I was playing 15 minutes plus 0 on the old clocks in Russia when I was growing up. That's what I remember. It was a lot of fun, but it was a long time ago.
What do you think about, there's another change this time, there's a staggered opening where the first two boards will start first and then the rest of the boards. What do you think about that?
I guess it just, it's the most tense moment for a chess player, is that moment before the game starts, It's like torture. Like here, you want to get it over with, just start already, Yes. And it will prolong it for some, as I guess we'll get used to it. I think it's good for spectators because what you want, of course, the beginning of the game always starts off very fast because we know the opening.
Yes.
So you make first two moves, and I guess you want to focus first on a couple of games, not miss out on the action. So I understand from spectators' point of view why they do it. I think chess.com did that with the global, CGC. There's all this GCC, CGC, CCE. It was I already forgot what it was, but there was not CSL. It was Global Championship. Some kind of global thing that I was playing with Nihal, and then I lost to Nihal in the semi-final. Okay. And then Nihal lost to Wesley So in the final.
Okay, yes.
That event,
yes.
Global Championship, I think it's called. And in that event, they also started staggering the games at some point. So you would have one game start, then a couple minutes later another one, and then another one. And I think it makes sense for spectators for sure. As a spectator, so what I really feel a pity about when I watch broadcasts, you have sometimes like 6 games going on, and broadcast can only focus on one or two. Yes. And the other guys, they're playing like when you're like as if for nothing, They're playing, of course, for something, for the standing and so on. But as a spectator, you want to catch all the action. And me, I also for me, I don't need so much time to delve into a game, right? So. Whenever I watch a broadcast, I always want that they switch more. Like I want, please just show me more games faster. I don't need to be explained what's going on. Yes. So I think staggering helps with that a bit.
Okay. You have, I think you have followed a bit of Global Chess League last year. What do you feel about the entire concept of Global Chess League?
Well, I followed very closely actually last year. I had some scheduling issues. I couldn't play, but I think towards the end I was free, so I could just watch the finals, and I got into it very much. It was great intrigue, right? Also a lot of epic games. I mean, this game with Vishy and Magnus, it was hilarious because I remember clearly I was walking with my friend. I don't remember which friend was there, some chess player. Maybe it was Vidit or... No, Vidit was playing the league, so it was somebody else. So I was having walking, and I remember I opened my phone to see that game, So then I scrolled the game as I walk, and I told him like, look at this epic game, and I sort of show the position, and I'm like, it's a draw. And as I put my phone in my pocket, and I keep walking, and I start to calculate, and I'm like, oh my God, he can under-promote.
Yes.
Oh my! And then I pull out the phone, and I see he under-promoted, you know? And I realized like, and it was so cool. Like I saw the line happen, and then it really happened, and the game was so epic. And I sort of watched it like Half-Life. I remember that very well. It was very cool.
Stalemate, but the win for black is if Magnus finds under promotion. Oh, he finds it. He finds C1 Knight. What a move by the world champion here, world rapid champion Magnus Carlsen. Knight C1 check. Brilliant chess here. Vishy did not see that coming. Under promotion is often missed by even the best in the business.
Well, anyway, I already spoke a lot about the league and everything in my previous interviews. But one thing the new for me is that I saw here the organization, and like it is so over-organized. I've never had a tournament like that. Like the number of like the program that we got with the details, the number of people working for the event, and how many things are taken care of and at what level. Like I had 2 pickups ready for me today. I never had, sometimes they don't pick me up. I had 2, literally. There was one from the organizer of the tournament, one from my own team, you know, and they told me which card is better, so I could choose which one to go with. Like it was completely like overly like done, and I never had seen, and I've been to a lot of tournaments, and of course probably the best organized tournament I've been to must have been Monaco, because I played the Monaco tournament, the last edition of the famous Monaco event, where I mean also, you know, it was like players were thrown gold at basically, so it was an incredible experience too. But in some way this one is there's even more organization sort of behind it in some sense. Like I also got all these bags, and I opened this booklet, and in that booklet there's like everything in great detail, like everything. There's like and also I got the mail, they told me even what to wear. They said this will be the weather, you can use the jacket in case it rains, maybe umbrella, and then, you know, like everything, like just too much, just very impressive.
You are playing on the top board. Who do you think, apart from you, will score the most number of points from your team?
I think we have a great team. I think Nuderbek belongs on the top board in terms of his current form. He's much higher rated than me right now. For understandable reasons. His results recently have been great. I've of course had a setback a few months ago, and now I'm on my way back up, so that's good. But Nuderbek's been just playing great without any setbacks at all, and I think he's a massive favorite on board too. I mean, he basically, it's like we do a thing where we put a more dangerous player on board 1, I'm on board 2, and I'm on board 1, so I think that's a big asset we have. I think Nihal is still on the junior board, which is also not entirely fair, because he's a very, very experienced, strong grandmaster. He could be also on adult starboard, but he's the junior, so I think he's a favorite there too. Yeah, Lina is in great form too. I think she won some very strong tournament. I believe it was a Grand Prix, it was called. Yeah, it was remarkable. She also went up, and of course Tanjungi. I believe Tanjungi is, you know, is world champion, one of the Chinese world champions. And she might be one of the main favorites at her board too. Shahryar, also a tremendous player with great experience, but I guess he is not a favorite on the board, you know. But he will probably do well for the team. But I think yes, if you look at favorites, I think Nuderbek is the biggest favorite. I think Nihal as well, and Tanjungi these are our strongest points in terms of ranking. And then me, Shahryar, and Alina, I guess we are ranked somewhere not at in the first half on our board, but we still, you know, we're gonna show what we're worth. I think the team is very good.
Right. If you had an option to choose a 7th player for your team from the history of chess, anybody, who would you select?
Wow, we need somebody for the vibes, yeah? of course, we could have Garry Kasparov there, but he would be very angry if we make some mistakes. So it could be a very loud, unpleasant team meeting if we lose the match. Imagine he wins and we lose. He'll be so angry. No, I don't want Garry Kasparov there. Yeah, we could go back in history, take them. But if you go for like Paul Morphy, the whole team will be so mesmerized they wouldn't be able to concentrate on their own games. No, I think we should just keep it simple. We should just take like Praggnanandhaa from the other team, and then just that would be the best. Just take Pragg, so that everybody is not overexcited. Because if you take Magnus, these players like Magnus or Kasparov, they create so much excitement around them. The other players, they're overwhelmed.
Yes.
They're feeling. In the team meeting, they're like, "Oh my God, can I take a selfie with you?" And this type of things. Like you should just take someone who's really good, but doesn't intimidate yet. That's why I like someone like Pragg. I would just have Pragg, and he would just win all the games, and everybody would be chilled.
Right. And the final question, which is not related to Global Chess League, but as you know that ChessBase India is very close to 2 million subscribers, and you have some of the greatest videos in our channel. If you had to select one favorite video from ChessBase India, which you have watched more than once, which one would it be?
ChessBase India has incredible content. But the only thing that I've watched more than once are the reels, of course, with the music. I think Abudya has a great sense of her music. I think she's, he's like captured from the world of show business, and been planted in ChessBase India. It's a different genre what he's doing, and it's something special too. But one of my favorite videos that I made myself with Sagar, I remember we had this Grandmaster Series where we were looking at the best game, and my best game was against Ding Liren, and Ding became world champion after that. And I was happy with the game, and we went over it in great detail with Sagar, and Sagar always had the patience, and he was maybe the only journalist that I knew. The reason I liked him, because at the time there was no reason, he didn't have 2 million subscribers, so that was not the reason I liked him at the time. Now I like him because he has 2 million subscribers, it's different. But initially, what I felt so special about Sagar Shine, which is his product, which was ChessBase India eventually, is that he was the only person that I felt was interested when I was showing him my game. Only journalist, because the other people, they would just try to get it over with as quick as possible. Yes. And when I was looking at my game with Sagar, I felt this is the only time there's a media person who is actually interested in the game, and he would be engaged in the game. Or maybe he would fake it so well. Now I know it was not fake, but it was like he was genuinely interested in what the lines are. He could understand what I was showing. When I would show some lines that others would just be like, "Can you please just cut to the chase and get it over with?" He would be like asking me, "And why this move?" And it would be a relevant question. I'd be like, "Yes, exactly why this move. This was also what I was thinking, and there was this." And so I found that very interesting. Because as chess player, whenever you finish a game, you always want to go over it and see what happened, see where you could have improved, what you thought about, what was right, what was wrong, sort of rethink it because you spent so much time. And I found it very interesting to do that with Sagar. And that's one of the videos. Also, the videos we did with him at the Olympiad when I remember I beat Amanatov, so it was the ancient Olympiad, some ancient videos.
Samsung plugin.
Samsung, yes, exactly. You remember, yes? Some battery issue you had, yeah, with the. Yes, Sagar there. So I think they were good videos we did.
Right. Yes. Thank you so much, Anish, for always being one of the wonderful ambassadors of chess and giving us such great content. All the very best for GCL2.
Thank you.